that some developing story coming in regarding what happened on Saturday with the sort of investments that can happen on FDI front. So you can see that Chinese embassy in India is saying that hope India will revive relevant discriminatory practices, hope that they will treat investors from different countries equally. So some messages coming in, and in a response to probably what happened on Saturday, hope India will foster an open, fair and equitable business environment going ahead. Ruchi will just be joining us. I'm being told she'll be there with us in just a bit from now. So she'll tell us more about this particular press release or this statement which has come in from Chinese embassy in India. Additional barriers set by India for investors violate WTO norms, barriers to go against the general trend of liberalization and facilitation of trade. Okay, Ruchi is now with us. Ruchi, this is a response coming in to what came in on Saturday. Can you tell us more about this response from Chinese embassy in India and what does this mean?
Well, this is a very sharp retort coming by China just a day after India has amended the FDI policy via press note 3, especially to keep Chinese investments out. Thereafter, we're given to understand that from market regulators SEBI to the Department of Economic Affairs, pretty much all government departments are looking at the kind of investments that Chinese companies are making in India through the FDI route or FII route or the FPI route as well. This is a massive now fight ongoing between India as well as China, even as India is looking to ring fence its own companies from China. In fact, in a note that has been put out by the Chinese embassy, they're saying that the additional barriers set by the Indian side for investors from specific countries violate the WTO's principle of non-discrimination, and they go against the general trend of liberalization and facilitation of trade and investment. They're also saying that China is also saying that these new amendments to India's FDI policy do not conform to the consensus of G20 leaders and the trade ministers when they decided for a free, fair and non-discriminatory, transparent, predictable regime for investments, and also talked about keeping the markets open as well. In fact, China is hitting out at India and other countries that are going ahead with similar practices. Remember, recently we have seen how other global countries from Germany to Italy to Australia all have changed their rules and regulations recently to keep China away and Chinese investors away from their own companies at a time when COVID-19 pandemic could be used to take over distressed companies in their own respective countries. China has said that the companies are making a choice as per and based on the market principles, which means that if the market conditions require some sort of Chinese investments, then why should the government put a barrier? Why should the government discriminate against investments coming in from China? They're also saying we hope that India would revise relevant discriminatory practices, treat investments from different countries equally, and foster an open, fair and equitable business environment. So this is a big story. It's a massive development. The fight between India and China, the elephant and the dragon, is out in the open, even as India is trying to ring fence its own companies as well during the COVID-19 pandemic. And now a sharp retort coming in by China.